Sudirman from China. So looking at the draw, this is section 2 of the draw, so still the top half, and Baek Hana and Lee So-hee the top seeds in this part of the draw. They might face off against Kim In-kong in an all-Korean quarterfinal. In the bottom half, Iwanaga Nakanishi will face either Matsuyama and Shida or Jong Satapornpan and Suachai from Thailand. And here they come. Relatively new pairing of Lee Jing and Yu So-min. Didn't take part in last year's Japan Open. Iwanaga Nakanishi, of course, did, and they were out actually in the first round. But they are possibly one of the most successful women's doubles pairs this year. First meeting between these pairs, I think that's down to Lee and Liu being this relatively new pairing. There's the coin toss. That's Abdul Latif Jahari from Indonesia in the umpire's chair.
On my left side, what we just said, here will receive, who will serve? Luo will serve.
Well, Iwanaga and Nakanishi, the overwhelming favorites for this one. Not just based on their world #7 ranking, but also this wonderful run of results, which I will get to in a second. But very successful. They've really put their heads down this year. And it would, of course, be fantastic to have Japanese pairs and players in the finals on Sunday. They're a good bet for that. Here is Rin Iwanaga, 25 years old, born in Yamaguchi. And as you can see, this world #7 ranking is currently their highest that they've been. They won the Canada Open, they won the US Open, the Malaysian Masters, 4 titles, including the Spain Masters as well. Third at the Thailand Open, quarterfinal this in Switzerland, and also third at the Malaysia Open right at the start of the year. And that's what I mean, that's 4 titles so far as we get into the second half of the season. There's her partner, Ki Nakanishi. And that was their first results this week. Sung-in Wang from Chinese Taipei in 67 minutes did drop a game. But certainly have found their form. And up against them, the 22-year-old Lee Jing, born in Guangdong. And they are also peaking right now in terms of ranking at 19. And in all honesty, they haven't had that bad a 2024 either. Quarterfinalists at the Indonesian Open and the Malaysian Masters, quarterfinalists at the Thai Open. They won the German Open, and they were also runner-up at the Thailand Masters. There's a 22-year-old compatriot. So both pairs with some great results this year, but I just favor the experience of bye in the first round for Lee and Liu.
Ready to play.
Just thinking the experience of the Japanese pair on home ground should see them through here. There's confirmation that Latif Jahari is in the big chair. And he's joined there by Hyung-koo Am from Korea. Well, so many great women's doubles partnerships, of course. Matsuyama and Shida, who might be the opponents for whoever wins this match. Nagahara, Matsutomo as well. Matsumoto, I should say. They're going to be looking for a good run, and they should still be in the mix as well.
Players ready?
Well, in fact,
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Kie Nakanishi and Rin Iwanaga, Japan. And on my left, Li Yijing and Luo Sumin, China. Luo Sumin to serve to Kie Nakanishi. Love all. Play.
Well, as we get underway, I can actually just correct in saying Matsumoto and Nagahara have actually been eliminated this week already. It's that Olympic burnout again, I'm thinking. It was Jong Na-eun and Kim from Korea that took them out. 3 games. So Matsuyama and Shida, the only other Japanese pair.
Satsova, 1 love.
Still be in it. We're talking about remodeled partnerships in the doubles arena. Well, it also applies to the women as well. Cheng Xing-chen and Jia Yifan now broken up. Jia Yifan playing with Li Wenmei this week. And Cheng Xing-chen was going to play with Zheng Yu, but they withdrew. A lot of changes. The start to the new Olympic cycle. Of course, Chen and Jia finally won their gold in Paris.
Satsova, 1-all.
Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning picked up the silver.
2-1.
And of course, Naomi Matsuyama and Chiharu Shida with a well-earned bronze medal. They've been playing so well this year. And they're actually a great tip for the title this week as well. Oh, what a great start to this match. It's like they've been playing for an hour. Developed rally. It's left, but it's
3-1.
creeps in. Certainly looks like the drift pattern here at the Yokohama Arena is blowing from the bottom of your screen up, which would mean that Li and Liu are in the ideal position, playing into the drift. And of course, Iwanaga and Nakanishi are going to have to watch their lengths. Keep it mid-court based. But the Chinese pair 3-1 up off the start. And if I were you, as a neutral viewer, I'd get settled in, because this looks like it might just be a long one.
Satsova, 2-3.
Both pairs certainly up for the challenge.
Here, no
Already shown
shouting
in-
before the line judge decision.
Oh, wow. Abdul Latif Johari with an early reprimand. Not valid as always. Do not question line judges' decisions. Oh, that's great play from the Chinese pair. Real pressure.
Satsova, 4-2.
Well, they've done enough, Li and Liu, to silence this wonderful crowd here at the Yokohama Arena. Just creeped in. That was nicely weighted.
Satsova, 3-4.
absolutely on the money. Well, it was that opening shot that Li Yijing was struggling to contain, and that really did open it up right there. That really did open it up for the initiative to be taken by the Japanese pair, and they didn't look back after that. Quick kill. Great movement by Iwanaga Nakanishi. Great court coverage. Again. Well, these rallies are exemplary. This is fantastic stuff.
5-4.
And this, just as a comparison to the match we just watched, 5 minutes played, 9 points scored. Remember, in the first match, it was 20 points in 9 minutes. And that just shows you the difference in pace off the start. Both pairs really willing to get stuck in. Again, great movement by the Japanese pair. But let's not take anything away from Li and Liu.
Serve 5-all.
Looking very, very resilient. Iwanaga with the net there. Nicely killed into mid-court.
Serve 6-5.
Nakanishi on serve. That's great movement by Li Yijing, who's in control of this point on the Chinese side. Oh, great reset, but couldn't keep it in.
7-5.
Very close to being an exceptional shot, but just couldn't keep it in. Great pressure there by Sudirman, who's now at the front. Li Yijing at the back. Oh, that's a great kill. And actually managed to floor Nakanishi.
6-7.
Well, this is great stuff. Fantastic output. Both pairs fighting for every single point.
Thank you.
Well, it's going to be a big week for a lot of the pairs. Kim and Kong, of course, the defending champions. They are in attendance this week. And women's doubles, the longest category to not see consecutive winners. So, a bit of history on the cards if Kim and Kong could do it again. Last happened 25 years ago.
9-6.
Korea have been absolutely dominant in women's doubles. The last 3 editions. Again, it's a beautiful rally. We'll zoom in. Taking control. Here's the Yijing. Right down the middle.
Service over. 7-9.
Not the longest rally so far, 46 shots.
Rin.
Great flat return. I think it was Nakanishi. And they're on the brink after some very hard work. Of the mid-game interval.
11-7 interval.
So 11-7 at the break.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Away from court. Luo, get ready. Rin, get ready. Luo, get ready quicker.
So back on court. And it's been a leveling experience for Liu and Lee. I did myself say that Iwanaga and Nakanishi should be overwhelming favorites. It hasn't turned out that way at all.
Play.
They've given as good as they've got. And they might be behind, but they certainly know how to fight for these points.
Service over. 8-11.
Keeping it flat nicely.
Fault.
Wow, fault call there.
9-11.
Touch the net, I'm sure. Oh no, just straight off the racket. Well, finding a bit more space now at front court. Space to fire from. That might be from just a lapse in Lee and Liu. Remember, they are a 21 and 22-year-old partnership. Still very young. A long way to go. I did say the experience of Iwanaga and Nakanishi might be the defining factor. Stout defending from Japanese ladies. Now adding a little bit of flair. That's great.
13-9.
Nakanishi. Oh, a nice little drop into right side front court. And this now a substantial lead. So much pressure coming in from Liu Zumin.
Serve 10-13.
Toe-to-toe at the net for a while, but then after that, look at his power. And it was a body shot in the end, made all the difference.
Thank you.
The theatrical roll on the floor leads to a mop down. Three points back. Nice pick up there by Iwanaga. Oh, that's great movement from them. But in the end,
11-13.
Li Jing that scores.
Rin.
Well, you could argue that if you're within the top 20 and you're actually 21 and 22 years old, that you've already had a pretty meteoric rise. But it is such a tough discipline, women's doubles these days. You really have to commit 200% if you're going to make inroads. Now, of course, Chen and Jia, who were just so dominant over the last 4 years, have been broken up. Perhaps there is a chance. But there is still the likes of Bei Kao-na, Lee So-hee, Kim and Tong, and even to a certain extent, Perlin Tinau from Malaysia, who finished 4th at the Olympics. That's a very tough group of players in the women's doubles category. That's great from Yijing. Iwanaga and Nakanishi just testing out where they can attack from. Solid though. And that's gone too long. Finally, drift catches
12-14.
Nakanishi's length.
No shouting before the line judge decision.
Oh, in. Another fantastic winner. And just as a comparative point,
12.
they've won 5 titles together, Iwanaga and Nakanishi. 4 of them came last year, or have been since the end of 2023, which is the Syed Modi International, which is the last tournament of 2023. So they really have kicked into gear in 2024.
Serve 13-15.
Quick look at the rackets for Iwanaga. And in fact, she is changing it, so that looks like it's a string gone. Well, we've managed to stay ahead, but now it's just 2 points. A very, very good chance for Lee and
Players on court.
Long.
Play. Serve 16-13.
Tracked it all the way. We'll zoom in. That was just a slip, really.
17-13.
Immediate apology from Nakanishi.
Thank you.
I just saw the strategy sign from front player to back. They are getting more and more complicated. It's almost like baseball these days. Some of these signs. But if it works, why change it? 17-14 or 14-17. Good play there from Zoom in.
15-17. 17.
And they're closing up. One great thing about this pair that we've seen in this match is that they just don't give up. They're willing to fight every point. Long, long rallies. That's Li Yijing at the back. Oh, that was wonderfully read by
Serve 18.
Nakanishi.
16. Rin to serve.
Well, they were always in control, the Japanese ladies, from about the second shot in that point.
16.
And they kept moving forward, and those attempted winners getting steeper and steeper until in the end, it was Iwanaga who found a way through. So 19-16 on serve, and 2 points away from sealing this first game. That's gone out. So 4 game points.
20, game point 16.
Oh, again, it's a wonderful winner into the corner. They've upped their pace and play.
Iwanaga and Nakanishi. 21-16.
21-16 opening game.
Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. On court.
So, switching sides, which means Iwanaga Nakanishi should be playing into negligible drift here. This beautiful Yokohama arena.
Second game.
Very famous arena indeed. It has seen some amazing musical acts especially, but also sporting acts since its opening in 1989. Guns N' Roses, Paula Abdul, Mariah Carey, you name it, they've come here.
Serve.
Liu and Lee settling in nicely to this other side of the court. Off the opening point anyway. Nicely dispatched there by Sudirman.
Hold.
Nice cross-court there by Nakanishi.
1-all.
Just clips the racket of Sudirman. That was a nice pickup. Japanese ladies defending well and now on the attack, and it's the slightest of attacks from Nakanishi. She saw that Li Nu caught a little bit flat and just pushes it over. Nakanishi with the big power at the back. And Iwanaga with a mistake.
Serve. 2-all.
Well, the pressure's slightly off them, of course, now that they have secured that first game. But still, they're going to have to keep their wits about them because Li and Liu are not an easy pair to get past. Still lifting, and that's too short. Of extra troubles from this side of the court.
Thank you.
Well, they don't seem to be troubled at all. Iwanaga Nakanishi, it's almost like Sunday chat for them as they move back on court. Certainly looking a lot calmer now in this second game. 33 minutes in, and it's 3-2. Great pressure by Sudirman, forcing the Japanese ladies into a defensive pattern. Which they are executing perfectly right now. Great touch there from Nakanishi. Now they come on the attack. Oh, wow, what a great shot. That's lofted over. But with the tiniest margin of success, look at this. Yes, you should be proud of that shot. First 2-point lead, second game. As exciting as that shot was, they are playing into the drift now, so that would have helped a little bit, but still the placement of it was really out of this world. Ooh, very close. Zoom in with the power from the back, and that's Li Jing that's just gone wide.
5-2.
Nicely picked up. Zoom in doing all the work right now on the Chinese side. It looks like Iwanaga. No, in fact, that's Nakanishi up front. Well, one thing I have to say is that if either of these pairs do get to play Matsuyama and Shida in the next round, that's going to be an absolute cracker of a match.
6-2.
Pushing ahead here, Japanese pair, much to the praise and applause of the home crowd. The Chinese ladies looking left and right for opportunities in, but that defensive wall has been solid enough. A little bit of frustration creeping in as they are 5 points down and 5 well-earned points. Iwanaga and Nakanishi moving into a different gear. Greatly helped, I'm sure, by being on that side of the court. That certainly does look like a beneficial side. So the debate on drift is a very open one. Really depends on how well you can control it. You look at the likes of An Se-young, Olympic gold medalist, world #1. Well, it usually takes about 2 days.
It's okay. Continue to play.
To control the wind.
To play now.
But when she does, it's almost as if it's not there. And that was a little bit of a reprimand from Latif Chahari. 8-2 down. Biggest deficit for Li Yinluo. Great communication. Nakanishi begins to attack. A great defense. Oh, it's been called in as well.
9-2.
That drift has been picking that shuttle up. That's the 4th time we've seen that happen this morning. Oh, Absolutely lost sight of that shuttle.
3,
Somehow.
9.
Well, Nakanishi takes responsibility for it. Let's have a look at this again. Interesting. That's an absolutely new shot that was created there by Nakanishi. Not a very effective one, but a very, very odd lapse in communication between the two. But they're 9-3 up.
4-9. Kie, no sweat throwing.
Oh, great pickup by Iwanaga. Wonderful play by Nakanishi, and she leaves it. That's in. Well, it was blocked from sight from me. And that continues. Nice little break of play from Chinese pair.
Quick one. Thank you.
Oh, it's great work by Nakanishi.
10-5.
Perfect service return, follows it up with a killer shot. So on the brink of the second mid-game interval. And that's gone out. 11-5 at the second break.
11-5 interval. Court 2, 20 seconds. Court 2, 20 seconds. Players on court. Lee, Luo, get ready. Play.
So 11-5, and the conclusion of game 2 and a chance for Iwanaga Nakanishi to book their quarterfinal spot right now. But of course, when I say right now, I mean in 10 points. But the way they've been playing, that might just be quicker than you think.
Serve 6-11.
Well, if they're going to make a stand, they have to make a stand right here, Lee and Luo.
Serve 12-6.
quick look at the back line just to make sure that's staying in. Nakanishi from the back. Oh, wonderful from Li Yijing.
Serve 7-12.
Well, again, such great movement by the Japanese pair. They seem to be all over the place. Everywhere you look like you're going to score, they pop up.
Serve 8-13.
So a chance here. But it is a big ask when Iwanaga and Nakanishi are playing this well to overcome a 5-point deficit and go on to take the second game.
14-8.
There you go, that just proves it. Service back with the Japanese ladies. Here's a defensive pattern from Iwanaga Nakanishi. I'm expecting them to turn that into an attacking pattern, just as they've done before. Some point might be there. Great rotation. Nakanishi had to dig deep for that. So again, solid, stout defending. And you really do ask yourself the question as to how Li Yijing and Yu Zumin are going to break through, because they have to break through.
Here.
So 15-8. They grip this second game with an iron fist. Oh, bit out of position, but back to regular programming again. Well, they were really behind in that point. And hats off to No Zumin. Broke a racket doing it, but still managed to get the serve back.
On court.
So this is it, crunch time. A good 3 or 4 point run here by the Chinese pair, and it's game on. It's a lot more difficult than the way I just said it. But let's see how they do. Ooh. Slight touch of the net.
15.
Well placed by Li Yijing.
11-15.
So far, so good. Almost approaching the hour mark for this match. 51 minutes we're on now. Straight onto the attack this time. They wanted to cut that run of points well, and they did. But having that control, being able to dictate each of the points, to shift and manipulate the game the way that you want it to go, and that's real championship form, and they've done that on a number of occasions now, Iwanaga and Nakanishi. Every time they needed to stop a run, and they just stepped up a gear. Now on serve, 5 points up, 5 points needed to get to the quarterfinals. Nakanishi again instigates the power play. And that one just out of her reach.
Serve 12-16.
So 12-16. Important serve for the Chinese pair. Nice return by Nakanishi.
Serve 17-12.
Closing in. Straight onto the power again, looking to get onto the attacking initiative early. Just a bit too flat. They don't seem too concerned, the Japanese coaching staff. Everything looking good enough to push them through. Right now, statistically, it should be Iwanaga Nakanishi. They've prevailed. They've constantly been ahead. And as you can see,
18-13.
they have a lot more control on the scoreboard than Li and Lu, who have been fighting for points. Yes, they've shown great determination, yes, but they haven't been able to push through. Well, bit of a collapse at the end. 19-13, on serve, 2 points needed. That wasn't the most difficult of serves to deal with. They still got through. Well, that's just an indicator of how confident they are. Iwanaga essentially dropped the racket after that shot because she knew it was a winner. Have a look at it here. She fires, and it's done. Didn't really need any other kind of follow-up. That was so nicely placed into the corner. So, match point, 7 of them. How many do you think they'll need? And in the end, they just needed 1. 21-13. And Japanese hopes of a final continue on.
Yeah. Lee, Lin. Match won by
Fantastic
Rin
performance by
Iwanaga
them, and it could
Kie
just be an all
Nakanishi.
Japanese quarterfinal
21-16,
if Matsuyama and Shida win their match,
21-13.
which they should on paper. Great run out from the ladies, and great for the home fans as well. And there's confirmation of it, 21-16, 21-13, 56 minutes. And Iwanaga and Nakanishi are through to the quarterfinals. So back on court 2 here at the Japan Open in Yokohama. And as we move through the order of play, it's match 3. And it's the world number 6, Wang Ji, taking on Busanan on Bangrumfan. This is going to be a match absolutely chock full of skill and flair.